Hello, Wolverines, and welcome. This is the Cultured Wolverine, and we have a special episode for you today. We are coming to you from the UVU Art Museum, where we're going to take a look at a few of the exhibits and have a walkthrough with the director. So, let's get into it. I'm your host, Juno, and I am here today with...
Hi, I'm Emily Johnson, director at the UVU Museum of Art at Lakemount.
Hi, I'm Madeline Beale. I'm the Visitor Experience Manager at UVU Museum of Art at Lakemount.
Yep. And this is honestly a beautiful building. Could you tell me a little bit about the history?
Sure. So we've been open to the public in this current space since May 2023. Some of you who are more familiar with UVU's offerings in the cultural programming might remember the Woodbury Museum of Art. That was actually located in University Mall. And so Maddie's going to tell us a little bit about how this gift came to be and the inspiration of the home.
Alrighty, so this house was constructed by Melanie Laycock Bastian. Construction started in 1989 and continued all the way until 1995. You've probably noticed that the house really is inspired by her travels in Europe, and it really shows in all the artistic sort of designs of the front of the house and in its actual layout. Now, the house is 8 acres of land, 39,000 square feet total, and when it was still a house, it had 16 bathrooms and 9 bedrooms total. Because of the historical and artistic significance of the house, Melanie was actually very much involved in the UVU art scene. She was a member of the Board of Trustees. So after she sadly passed away in 2016, her sons actually donated the house to us, and we count it among our collection as one of our prized pieces because of the sheer amount of artistic work that's gone into its construction.
So this museum is converted from an old mansion. Are there any remnants of the old house that are still here?
Absolutely. So that is part of the fun in having an art museum, house museum combination. We're the only one in Utah that has that overlap. We still have some behind the scenes spaces that exist exactly as they were when the Bastian family lived here. So right now I'm going to take you into a private space within Melanie's suite, and you can see what some of the appeal is with the decor in these special areas. So now we're entering Melanie's personal wardrobe. This is part of the master suite within the home. Sometimes we open these behind-the-scenes spaces for visitors, but also photograph opportunities. We get a lot of interest in the mansion that way. But this one surprise around the corner I think is particularly special. Isn't this wonderful? A lot of the wallpaper that you see here is actually hand-cut paper housed under glass. Most of the rooms within the mansion had chandeliers, and so this is just one example of many. But this is a special space. You get to see, if you take a tour with our museum staff or attend some of our special events.
Oh my goodness, this is so fancy.
And for any of your visitors or any of your listeners who would like to visit, please remember that we are free Tuesdays through Saturdays. So anyone wants to come, you're all very welcome.
So tell me about the exhibits and programs that are available at the museum.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So each year we have about 10 to 12 exhibitions on rotation on 2 levels of the museum. Typically, shows are up for about 10 to 12 weeks long, so each time visitors return, there's something new to see. We do have a few longer-term exhibit spaces, and one of those is this hallway here, in which we have artwork that's original to the Bastian family in the home as it was hung when Melanie lived here. We also have on display some of the house museum rooms, so you'll see our dining room, music room, and a lot of the decor that Maddie spoke about earlier, reflecting Melanie's tastes in her travels.
Incredible.
Yeah. One of our rotating exhibitions right now is by Diné Navajo artist Eugene Tapahi. And so we can walk into his space and you can get a taste of what kind of contemporary art we show here.
So tell me about this exhibit.
Yes, we're so fortunate to have Eugene Tapahi's work here. This exhibition was curated by a UVU art history professor, Catherine Jackson, who worked with the museum staff to bring this exhibition to fruition. Eugene's photographs that we have as part of this exhibit are accompanied by sand installations, which are site-specific. It means the artist came into this space and created something particular to his experience in this environment. So if you'd like, you can see some of the ones we have up front here, and we'll go into a space in the back which shows a bit more of the sand installations juxtaposed with the photographs.
Fascinating.
Just so you're also aware, these sand installations are freestanding, so we do ask all our visitors to be a little bit careful. Nothing is glued down or fixed into place. They are all made of natural materials, sort of very significant to the artist as a member of the Diné or Navajo tribe, and they are actually going to be returned to the earth once the exhibit here is finished. He will actually take everything back and pretty much put it back where he found it.
I love that.
Returning it to native land. Yeah, he's inspired by the relationship that we each hold with the land and that cultural and spiritual significance. Eugene also just opened a solo exhibition at the BYU Museum of Art called Kea, Our Home. So if you enjoy the work that you see here, I encourage you to also visit his new work at that location. Materials are culturally significant to the tribe. These particular works are personal to Eugene. So they tell narratives about his upbringing, his relationship with his grandmother, with the environment where he grew up, that kind of thing.
Fantastic. And this exhibit will be up until February 15th, right?
That's correct.
So come and stop by if you get the chance. Not only is this very fascinating and just honestly lovely to look at, it's a great chance to go and see some cool art. So one of the big exhibits currently going on is the 125 years of creative arts in Utah. Could you tell me about that?
Sure. So this is a really special exhibition. The Utah Division of Arts and Museums actually hosts the State Art Collection, which was founded in 1989 by Alice Merrill Horn. She passed legislation so that Utah would be a large supporter of the arts and collect and promote careers of artists in the state. We are actually, Utah, I should say, is the first state arts agency in the nation. So go Utah, supportive of the arts, which is really exciting. So we have this exhibition on loan. It runs the entire top floor of the museum. So that's at least 5 bedroom spaces that have been converted to galleries. We have about 100 objects on view that are from the state arts collection. The artwork that you have behind you here was actually commissioned for the anniversary by First Lady Abby Cox. She selected this artist, Ben Steele, to create a painting to celebrate this anniversary. And so if you look closely, you might notice symbols of Utah, like the beehives rather, on the crayons. You'll see a portrait of Alice Merrill Horn, which she's so pivotal in Utah's art history. And then this painting referenced on the crayon box is actually Black Rock. That was the first painting collected in 1989 to begin the collection, and we have that one on loan to us here as well. The exhibition also continues downstairs into our parlor, where we have older Utah works that are on loan from the governor's mansion. So we get to have them specially on view here through March 15th.
Incredible. Let's take a look at a few of the pieces.
Sure. We'll go ahead and walk into this first space. This is actually the Melanie Bastian Gallery. This was Melanie's suite when she lived in the home. And they chose to lay out the exhibit to highlight the artists and their work that has been collected within the past 25 years of collection's history.
And if you are particularly interested in this large crocheted fish house, the artist Carol Alden will actually be coming in and giving a talk on the evening of March 11th. Please make sure to reserve your place ahead of time in order to make sure you get a seat.
Mark your dates, and especially to our audio-only listeners, you want to come down and look at this thing. It's so fun.
There's a lot of different mediums represented, and I feel like everyone will find something that they gravitate towards when they visit.
Yeah. So come stop by, because honestly, this is a huge part of our culture and history here in Utah, and it's a fun display of everything that's happened. So there's a lot of programs that go on at this museum to help people get engaged. Could you tell me a little bit more about them?
One of our big ones that we've got going right now are our art education programs. They take place most Wednesdays and second Saturdays of every month. They tend to run from about 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and they are open to all members of the public, old or young. They are very sort of oriented towards all skill levels, and if any of your listeners would like to come down and try some, we'd be very happy to have them.
Nice. So what else can we look forward to in the future as far as the exhibits and other things going on are concerned?
Sure. So there's some exhibitions that we do annually, and 2 of those serve UVU community specifically. So during the month of April, we show the student art exhibition. All UVU art and design students are eligible to submit their work. Usually we hire a professional juror to review those selections, and then the resulting exhibition is on view for the entire month of April. This year's juror will be Jared Stephenson, who's the curator of exhibitions at UMoCA in Salt Lake City. In addition to that, in the fall semester, we highlight UVU faculty artwork. And so it's a great way for students to see what their faculty members are creating and be inspired to take different arts classes. This summer, we have an exhibition that's fully related to Utah Lake. And it's a really great opportunity for both community, students, and fine artists to get involved. We'll have a few calls that we'll put out for family photos related to Utah Lake memories, creative writing, and we'll also have a juried exhibition of fine art related to the lake watershed issues and that too.
It's so exciting. There's a lot to look forward to. And if anyone wants to get involved with the museum, are there any opportunities for them to?
Absolutely.
We do always hire student interns and work-study students if they are interested. You can always go down to the UVU Wellness Centre in order to find more about that. We also are going to have a membership program coming out very, very soon. Now, we are free to all visitors. However, we are planning to roll out some exclusive ticketed events that you will need to be a member in order to qualify for. So please keep an eye out for that and make sure you try and get a chance to join.
Fantastic. There is so much going on at this museum. Are there any ways for students to get involved?
Absolutely.
One of the main ways that students can get involved here at the UVU Museum of Art is through work studies and internships. We take both, and we are very happy to have a number of skilled students on our staff. If you would like to join us as well, please reach out to us at uvumuseum@uvu.edu.
We look forward to seeing you here.
Awesome. Special thanks to Emily Johnson and Madeline Beal for allowing us to come and interview at the UVU Museum of Art. Please go check out the museum and explore all their events. The links will be in our show notes. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you all next time.